Hello, creative wordists. My name is Michel from Heroes Heart Coaching, and I'm coming to you today from the illustrious Word Crafters headquarters. And I'm here to give a message. I'm very honored to be giving a message called Life is a Practice. You might not be the person who writes a book. You might not be the person who writes a book and publishes it. You might not be the person who writes a bestseller. And you might not even be the next J.K. Rowling or the next Ken Kesey. But what you love will never leave you. And I mean that in regard to everything, even though right now we're going to be focused on writing. Regardless of where you end up on this journey, known as being a writer, my guess is you want to enjoy the experience, regardless of the results. So here's my recommendation for that. Focus more on the crafter rather than the craft. As the crafter, you are the instrument through which your craft is created and shared with the world. So if you want to be successful, it's really important to start there. Writing isn't hard. It can be a meaningful time warp of flowing creativity and joy that some make into a successful career. You would be the one to make that happen. Writing can also be, as we've all experienced, an energy draining trial of self-judgment, criticism, and failure, simply getting in the way of your real life. And you would be the one letting that happen as well. So step back a moment, maybe take a breath as I'm doing, and look at how you've been showing up to the work you love. What mental clutter are you dragging into the space with you as you engage with the predictable challenges that arise from working with something you're passionate about? And I say predictable because challenges will always be there. So engaging with them in a way that is, it normalizes the experience, knowing that something you love and yet you're willing to engage with it. So they become predictable challenges. This is an important thing to see clearly right here and now, because your personal power lies in the small ways you practice being who you are and what you love. So I'm going to say that one more time because it's that important. Your personal power lies in the small ways you practice being who you are and what you love. Like I said, what you love never leaves you alone. It's got a hold of you for life. It's unlikely that it's possible, but unlikely that you'll one day wake up and say to yourself, I have no urge to write ever again. So let's assume, just for now, that it's here to stay, this desire and longing to write and be a writer. Writing is a skill that needs to be exercised, and like anything, it takes energy in the form of time and effort, sometimes other resources like money, and that's a fact you can't manifest your way out of. If you're not yet as successful as you'd like, look no further than what you say about your craft and what you say about you, the crafter. If you're hearing things, the mental clutter sounds like, I'm not good enough. That becomes your practice. No one will like it. That becomes your practice. I don't have the time. My muse is aloof. It's just a pipe dream. That becomes your practice. Do you really want to believe that these things are true? Regardless of whether or not you find yourself one day as popular as George R.R. Martin, is that how you want to view your journey? My guess is a resounding no, possibly even a hell no. So ask yourself instead, what do I love about writing? Am I willing to be a successful writer? Right here and now, am I willing to show how much I love this work? Whatever your answer, that becomes your practice. And your life is simply a collection of such practices. So I invite you, please practice the approach you love for your life and for your writing. All right, that is the message. Life is a practice. And I hope to see all of you at my Word Crafters course starting at the end of January. Happy writing, enjoy the holidays, and I will see you around. Peace.